Putin and Medvedchuk at the new Jerusalem Monastery outside Moscow. ScreenshotPutin on November 15 told Viktor Medvedchuk, leader of the pro-Russia Ukrainian organization Choice, that I will do all I can, RFERL said. I will talk with the leaders of both the Donetsk Republic and the Luhansk Republic, and it should be done as soon as possible, Putin said, speaking after meeting Medvedchuk at the new Jerusalem Monastery in the town of Istra outside of Moscow. Read alsoUkraine seeks foreign diplomats' assistance as 157 Ukrainians still held in captivity in Donbass. It is not clear in what manner Putin would speak with the separatist leaders. Russia has been officially denying any involvement in the ongoing conflict in the two regions, where the separatists have had control of some districts since the spring of 2014. If Putin does speak to the Russia-backed separatist leaders, it would be a rare public acknowledgement of such direct contacts. In the past, the only official platform for Putin to meet the separatist leaders was during talks in Minsk, Belarus, in September 2014, where Kiev, Moscow, and the separatists signed the Minsk Protocol to halt the war. The agreement failed to stop fighting in Ukraine's east, and a second gathering in Minsk was held in February 2015, attended by leaders of Ukraine, Moscow, France, and Germany. Medvedchuk, who has personal ties with Putin, the Russian leader is the godfather of his 13-year-old daughter, Darina, told Putin that Ukraine authorities have said they are ready to release 306 prisoners captured during the conflict in exchange for 76 Ukrainians held by the separatists. Medvedchuk said the pace of prisoner exchanges has been slow because of the RFERL formula that has been established by the opposing sides. Russia has given the separatists crucial support throughout a war that has killed 10,000 people in eastern Ukraine since April 2014, but it does not recognize the areas they hold as sovereign and says it supports Ukraine's territorial integrity. If you see a spelling error on our site, select it and press Ctrl Enter. Viber, Telegram, Facebook, Twitter, Google News. Politics 1208. Some 25 DPR militants detained in Donetsk region last week. 0923 Ukraine issues call for Canadian defensive weapons. Media 2243 Ukraine receives 190 recommendations from UN Human Rights Council. 2055 Stratfor hints of a shift in the Ukraine conflict. 1841 EU delegation head condemns recent searches in Crimean Tatars' houses. 1620 Sharoyko detained by Belarusian KGB, and UJU head. 1550 Kuchma Russia suggests redrawing Ukraine border in east. 2234 Volker and Surkov can meet again by year-end. Russian media 2049 Ukraine's FBI director selected to be endorsed by President. 1855 Ukraine's lawmakers back mandatory filming amid police raid. 1640 new report on Russia's info war against Ukraine published in Estonia. 1540 SBU most of anonymous hoax bomb calls come from Russia. 1420 sociologist weighs in on Party of Regions chances in upcoming elections. 1240 Poroshenko says tectonic transformation seen on Ukrainian TV, radio. 1020 SBU responds to Putin's talks with militant leaders on hostage swap. 0900 NYT says Crimea marked as disputed territory. Consistent approach. 2259 EU recommends Ukraine accelerate implementation of reforms. 1620 Belarus offers to deploy its peacekeepers in Donbass. 1400 Ukraine to EU tell us what we're fighting for. 1040 MFA Ukraine explains purpose of new UN resolution on Crimea. 0135 Commissioner Hahn to arrive in Kiev to meet Ukraine leaders. Media 2258 UN adopts updated draft resolution on human rights in occupied Crimea. 1620 World Bank says ready to support Ukraine's healthcare reform. 1100 NYT comments on scandal with disputed Crimea on published map. 1020 persecution of Crimean Tatars intensifies in occupied Crimea. HRW 0920 Rada Speaker roots for idea to pass bills with simple majority.